Remember, this is the internet. Where is... There was something I was going to put on for something. What would I do with it? I'm looking for it. Cannot find it.
Sandman?
Oh, wait. That's what I wanted.
Bonnie?
Okay, where's Avatar? I need to organize my pictures. That's all there is to it. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay, thank goodness.
Sandman?
Well, unless he doesn't. There we go. We'll do this one for a while. Hey, Bond. Chicka bow bow. Okay.
What is up, everyone?
Oh, now he decides to grace us with his voice.
A little pause there for dramatic effect.
Yeah, at least you didn't burp for effect.
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, I hate when people do that.
Oh, man. That's...
my...
Who was it the other day that had a cold... Oh, Daniel. Blowing his nose. It's like, oh, my God, I hate that. Oh, yeah. God, dude. Seriously, I like you, but don't. That's disgusting.
Yeah. It's like, just hit mute real quick, and then,
What's this? Jamie said if you rub one out, you'll be happy, completely happy. Thanks, Jamie. But now you're gay, Spider, which you already knew that. It was worth the risk, wasn't it? Yep, there's Jamie. Relaying his coordinates to anybody that's stalking him. He is now eastbound on H26, mile marker 322. I have no idea. I'm just saying what mile marker it is. And stay out, Sandman. Well, if he's leaving, I'm going to have to change my avatar again. Oh, how can I be a drinking buddy if you're not here? Spider, that is awful.
Wheels.
Oh, my God. Wheels, what you making?
Hi, Bond. How are you today?
Not doing too bad, Gangster. How are you? How's your day been?
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Are you enjoying not streaming as often?
Yeah, I'm going to stream tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What time are you streaming tomorrow?
3.
Yeah, streams on what, Fridays and Sundays now? DG?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, today's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah.
It is. It's not the Sabbath. Our holy Sabbath is in 2 days. That's why I take off Saturdays and don't stream. It's like Lent for me every day or every weekend.
Your mic is low, Sandman.
It's okay. Cesowl will make up for it. She's loud. How you doing, Cesowl?
Hi.
I take umbrage.
Hello.
See, I told you she's louder. We can hear her. We can't hear Sandman.
What?
There he is. I can hear him now.
Yeah, there we go.
Hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm trying to be not the loud Mexican. I'm trying to be not as loud.
Am I too loud?
Yeah, good luck with that. That's right input. So you got 2 strikes. You're a woman and Mexican, so you can't help a girl.
Thank you.
Express yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you, Sandman. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien. I'm making cafecito.
What is cafecito?
Cafecito?
Coffee. Oh, café.
Oh,
Café, yes.
You can keep the coffee.
Cafecito.
In any language, that stuff sucks.
You don't drink coffee?
No, not at all.
What the heck?
I know, it's weird. Out of everything, I figured I would, but I never smoked. I never drank coffee. I did hot tea a little bit with my grandmother when she was still alive when I was real young. But yeah, I don't even do hot tea now. It's iced tea.
Yeah, I drink tea right now.
Yeah, hot tea or cold tea though?
Hot tea.
Now, if I had a sore throat or something, put a little lemon and ginger and a few other things, for medicinal purposes, I drink it, but not just. Ew. I wouldn't be a good Brit. I couldn't have tea time every day unless it was iced tea.
Right. So,
I'd rather have hot chocolate.
So would I.
Tea.
Every once in a while, I could do. Those little packets of the hot chocolate, obviously. What I would do
Yeah,
instead
yeah, I
of
know.
putting water or mix it with water, I'd put it in a cup and then use the coffee. It's like a mocha, I guess is what somebody told me it was. Those I can do every once in a while, but usually generally the hot chocolate's too sweet for me, and I just still taste that coffee twang to it.
Okay.
And it's all
San-
probably mental.
You what?
It's probably because of mental. Like my grandmother that I was talking about, the only ice cream she ever bought was coffee ice cream. And as a kid, you don't want coffee ice cream. And I think that's where I got my distaste for it. But I still ate the coffee ice cream just to make my grandmother happy, which now knowing it, I should have just told her and she would have been fine with it and bought something else. And she would have still had her coffee ice cream. So anyway, how's Sandman doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
He's been doing great.
Well,
I mean, Bond's on stage. You got to be great.
I am
Yeah.
blessing everyone with my
Right.
rare
That doesn't happen very
appearance.
often. And he's actually talking.
And
rare.
his humility, clearly.
Yes,
Clearly.
I am the most humble.
And I thought he was supposed to be an atheist this week, but obviously he's definitely a theist this week.
Not this week.
No, with that humbleness, that's all Christian.
Oh, shut up.
You know how those filthy theists are.
Filthy theists.
Then you take a shower. DG will tell you.
I
That's why
don't
you
know
get
about-
baptized. A little
I don't
soaking.
know. I don't know about you guys, but I miss talking to Gigi, chit-chatting with Gigi in the morning. What the heck?
Yeah, the world's upside down. I don't like change, and everything's changing. Mod's on strike. Gigi's down to 2 days a week.
As Spooky said, we are in the end times now.
We are.
Maud's on strike?
She's on strike. No, she's taking a break from streaming.
So you guys are going to do a little more outdoors, outdoorsy stuff. What are you guys going to do as the weather gets warmer?
Well, considering I went for a bike ride today, I mean, motorcycle ride, as in bike.
Yeah, as the weather gets better here, I'm hoping to
I'm more
start
active.
playing a little bit more golf. So, hoping. I say that every year, and I'm hoping this is the year I actually do it.
Yeah, see, I've never played golf. I've played. I tried to hit it, go chase the ball. Is that kind of like golf?
Yeah, you hit it, and then
A little white ball with dimples. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to golf a lot. Had
Did
ping
you?
clubs and everything. Yeah.
Oh, really? Had ping? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I haven't played. Well, my brother, who was an addict, or still probably is, many years ago, stole my golf set, along with a lot of other things for his little habits. So I said, screw it. I'm not going to, buy another set.
Yeah. I actually need to get me a new set.
Well, I ended up going out and buying just a cheap set of not at that Walmart. I can't remember where it was, but like Dick's Sporting Store. That was
Get some like
relatively-
Dunlops or something like that.
Yeah. And I think actually either Dunlop or Wilson, cheaper
Yeah,
sets that work great.
Oh yeah.
But they were like $300 and they were on sale for like $129. I said, oh,
Mhm.
I like the feeling. I like the handles. That's the two important things for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep. I bought them. I think I've used them 3 times in the last 20 years.
I use Callaways, and I bought mine.
Big
The
Bertha?
Callaways that I bought, I went in when I was fresh out of high school, saved up money, and I went in to buy some. And I went in to buy some Nike slingshots because they were the thing back then.
Yep.
And then the salesman was like, go ahead and swing those, but then check out these Callaways. We just got them in; they just came out.
Callaway's a good club.
And I swung those, and I was sold on them. Had them ever since. So
Well,
I need to upgrade now.
One of my first good sets was a Callaway that was a set that was given to me by a buddy.
Mhm.
I mean, he had them for years. They were almost like an heirloom sort of thing, and I felt so bad. But for some reason, I went to tee off with the driver and topped it. I don't know if you've ever topped a ball with a driver.
No, never.
But I dented
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh. So I went to buy a Big Bertha. It was like, you need a Big
yeah.
Bertha anyway. It's like, well, I didn't
Yeah.
realize how much they were. And even 10 years ago, $300 and some odd dollars for a driver.
300 is cheap now for a driver.
No, I know now. But back then, but I mean, because
Yeah.
hell, I'm not even sure my whole set of pings weren't 300. No, I know they were more than that. My ping putter that I love so much was 125 by itself.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to put, another big investment and then just, lose it for, whether break them or somebody steals them.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it already time for Lupin to be changed? That's nice that you're doing charity work, Cesowl, that you can do Lupin's diaper change. That is so nice.
Yeah, I've hit Big Bertha woods and drivers.
Yeah. I like them.
I actually still have a 9-wood that's a Big Bertha Callaway. Love it.
Well, see, I used to have a hybrid driver. It was like between a 1-iron and a just like a regular driver. Mm-hmm. And I loved the heck out of it. But stupid me, I used it, carried it, grabbed my putter, forgot to put it, in the bag, so I just tossed it off to the side. Mm-hmm. Well, a newbie on a golf cart drives straight across our green, and guess what club he runs over? Which was that another really expensive club.
Yeah.
But all my buddies were getting pissed off, and it's like, and they thought I was going to go off. But it's like I felt so bad for the guy because it was an accident, and if he was screwing around, I'm sure he didn't mean to run over that. But it was just, then it was kind of funny after that. Because I started carrying it with me every time I'd go to tee off. I'd act, like I swung and broke the club without hitting the ball, and I'd throw the club. So you'd have people looking and like, "Oh my God, he just broke his club! Did you see that?" And the ball didn't go anywhere. So we were all laughing at these idiots, and then they finally would catch on. Because we played pretty fast, and you'd have like a group of 2 or 3. You mind if we play through? I said, "No, we'll be done. We'll be way ahead of you in no time at all," because it wasn't like we kept score or were really accurate. If you couldn't find your ball after 3 seconds, you threw another one, wherever you wanted it. It's work. Golf is fun, not this mandate.
Yeah. I mean, if
there's alcohol involved, so
Yeah, I mean, if you're just out there playing with friends and stuff, I mean, just why waste time looking? Just toss one out there,
Yeah, but like we do tourneys at the Muni, and then we'd get serious.
Yeah,
because you got prize money. You've got not that I was ever good enough to really cash out big, but I still had fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to play a lot of tournaments, a lot of scrambles and stuff like that. I used to play them all the time back in the day. And actually, it's funny because on the 18th was just a couple of days ago during Easter. I was looking and I had a memory pop up. I think it was on Easter, maybe the day before. It was the first time I shot under par in like 2006, and the memory popped up, and I saw the picture of it. I still have the golf ball that I shot.
Did you get any hole-in-ones ever playing?
I've never hit a hole-in-one. I've come close.
I've come within 6 inches.
I've come within one rotation.
Oh, really? That's probably closer to mine.
3 dimples, yeah.
Yeah, because see, I was on a par 3, used the 5-iron because it was pretty lengthy, and hit it where I normally do, but it took a right hop usually and not the wrong hop. But you couldn't see the hole, and everybody's like, "That's in. If that's not in, I'd bet whatever." So I'm all excited. We're driving up there on the carts. I get up there and I see my ball, which I wasn't even disappointed because it was still like 6 inches from the hole. Best shot I've ever made probably in my life.
Yeah, it's funny because I've never had a hole-in-one, but I have a younger cousin. He played in college, and he's had like 6 hole-in-ones. I mean, it's just another thing for him now. So
right.
I'm jealous.
Right. It's kind of what like Jamie said, when you hit it in the sweet spot, oh baby. But that's the one thing about golf I like. No matter how bad a day you have, there's always going to be 1 or 2 or 3 shots that you're like, oh my God, I'm a badass. Regardless of what you end up scoring, you remember those good shots or lucky shots or whatever it might be for whoever's playing. But you always remember those certain shots.
Yeah, my lowest round was a 67. And I had a bogey in that round too.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever broke 100, to be honest. I never took it that serious, but like I said, a lot of times we never kept score.
Yeah. Most people just go out there, have a good time,
Right.
And that's most of the time what I do when I go play. I'm just there with family and friends.
Right.
And
so if I say like I hit 80-ish or hold out at with 80-ish, who knows? It could be 70 or it could be 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all did it for the alcohol, the tan, and fun, and there's a lot of women that play golf too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know how many women we got yelled at. Well, we want to play through. You guys are just being drunk, old men, and whatever.
Nowadays too, it's really common to have the speakers and music blasting too.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I play,
Quiet.
in like 2005, 6, 7, those years, that wasn't really common, or at least around here it wasn't. But now it is. I mean,
right. Well, my step uncle had his own golf cart up at the. Well, it's like a 9-hole little, almost like a par 3 course almost, but there's a few long holes. But I mean, he had a radio in it, big speakers, little refrigerator. Then he wondered why the battery was always running down.
Yeah, I had a golf cart. Well, I say my dad had a golf cart whenever I was in high school, college age, and so we were members at the country club, and so I would go play over there and just use his golf cart. It's good times over there back then.
Magic mushrooms. Ooh. Never had a mushroom.
You never had a mushroom? I never have either, but
not a magic mushroom. I've never tripped off them, nor would I. I just there's something about like hallucinogenics. I just don't like losing my shit.
Have you ever had? I think they're called shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake mushrooms?
Yeah.
They're
a little bit more expensive than just your like typical ones. They're really good.
I went through a phase like probably 5-6 years ago where I was buying all different kinds of mushrooms and funguses and experimenting with them.
Yeah.
And the flavors vary, just like like chicken and meats and beef.
Mushrooms are really they have a very meaty texture.
Yeah.
And a lot of times whenever you see places try to offer like a plant-based or like a hybrid type of meat patty, they include mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
I love mushrooms, but I don't know if I'd like a veggie burger. That's never made sense to me.
Oh, you should do. Have you ever had a black bean burger?
No, I don't like beans, nor will I ever. If I know it's got beans in it, I won't eat it. Even if I can't taste them.
Oh, okay,
I can't stand those things.
Man, I love I'm all about like animal products now, but I love a good black bean patty.
Oh, but see, well, I don't understand though why a vegan or a vegetarian would want something that tastes like meat.
Okay, well,
it looks like meat. It tastes like meat, but
I'll tell you. So,
okay, tell me.
From a vegan perspective, they don't refuse to eat meat because it tastes bad. They refuse to eat meat because they perceive animal products having
it's animal rights.
It's about exploitation.
Right. But that's what I'm saying though. If you're trying to get away from that exploitation, why would you?
So what they're trying to show is that you can have similar products without the harm
and without the taste.
And I mean, the taste on some of some of them aren't good. Some of them are very good. And some of them they may not taste like meat, but they are still very good tasting. So in their mind, if they can show that you can have these products that are similar but without all of the exploitation, pain, suffering, then why not go that route?
Right. God, I can't believe I actually agree with Cesowl on something. I've always been that way too. It's like 2 hot women, you understand it. 2 average women, you understand it. But then when you've got a hot woman or an average woman with a dude looking girl, I never have understood that.
Let me put it this way. If you like leather jackets and how they look and how they feel, but you can get a leather jacket that's not made of actual leather and made of like faux leather.
Right, but you're still trying to imitate what you're fighting against.
Okay, so you're imitating what you're fighting
against. You're not going to win this one, Bob.
No. But listen. What you're trying to show is you can still have a similar product to this. You can still have a similar product without all the extra baggage.
Yeah, but then you go from a high-end piece of leather to something that everybody knows isn't leather.
Well, do you know it's not leather? Because there's a lot
Most
of
of the time
videos.
I do. I can
because-
tell.
Well, sometimes you can, but there's a lot of videos that I've seen where there are vegan activists out there wearing like faux leather, and then people are like, "Well, you're wearing leather right now. I can see you're wearing leather. You're a
Okay.
hypocrite." And they're
But
saying,
see,
"No,
then-
it's fake. No, it's
Okay,
fake.
so-
it's not real leather."
and that kind of gets to my point, though. If your message is animal rights for whatever degree, but hey, look, I still want to look like I'm wearing that. That sends a mixed.
No. It's not that
Signal
I
on my
still want to
point.
look like I'm wearing it. It's that you can still have
No, I
something
have-
similar
right,
without the baggage.
Okay, though, but if you don't want that look, then why are you replicating it with faux leather then?
Because if I can show you that I can give you a product that doesn't have all the baggage that the products you normally buy have,
Okay,
that's the point.
I don't like red beans or whatever beans you were talking about, and then
Black beans.
black beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still trying to make a hamburger that's not a hamburger look like a hamburger that's not a hamburger that doesn't taste like a hamburger.
But why are they trying to make a similar product?
Because they're trying to appease themselves because, hey, okay, we may not have real hamburgers. We can at least act like it, get one that tastes like it. And the fake animal product burgers
Can you tell me the point that I was trying to say?
Your point is you're trying to replicate or at least say, hey, look at there, Mr. Meat Eater, that you can have the leather look and you can have the burger taste, just not in a live form.
Because why?
Because you're appeasing your animal desire to have that product wrapped around your body, but you don't. No, we don't want that. We want fake crap on our ass so we can say that we're activists.
Look, I'm not saying I agree with them. I am a very animal-based.
No, I know, because you're always talking about
but
steak.
what I'm saying is their point is,
and I
if
still
we
don't
can
buy
give
it.
you a product that may not be identical, but it's somewhat similar without the extra baggage, it might sway some people to say, you know what, I'll go ahead and have that other product instead of the animal.
Or you finally have vegans and vegetarians that realize, man, that our food really tastes like crap. I'm going to go to McDonald's and grab a burger.
I mean, I'm just saying that's the mindset.
You know, a salad that's universal. You don't have to worry about making it look like a live piece of meat. And I know and a lot of the combinations. I know, like with my low fiber, low carb, high protein diet. That
what kind of diet are you eating?
Low carb, low fiber, high protein. So basically, I can eat anything I want as long as it's meat or dairy.
So you eat a high. Is it high fat or just like moderate fat?
It's anything I really want, because the one thing. Well, originally got this started the first time I did this, and within less than 2 months, I lost 30 pounds just doing this diet, and I didn't count a calorie. I ate all the meat I wanted, all the cheeses, certain lists. And my biggest thing is bread. If I don't eat bread, the world's coming to an end.
Well, yeah, so because
like you're saying, with the vegans are trying to make a product that's similar to what we're used to, that you might want to try it. A lot of the combinations, such as like the cheese and like an egg mixture that you can, basically they try to claim that it replaces bread or even like a crust for a pizza, is nasty. Believe it or not, it was too eggy.
Say that again.
I love cauliflower, but to have a cauliflower,
vegans are trying to make
dude.
Cauliflower crusts.
Well, I've had cauliflower crust too, and they're nasty because I love cauliflower, but I don't like the taste of cooked cauliflower that way.
Yeah.
Hey, TCC, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
But another reason why
another
reason why you didn't have to hold on just a second. So another reason why you didn't have to really pay attention to what you're eating with that is because fat and protein are pretty satiating.
Right.
Carbs typically, depending on what type of carbs you're eating, they may be sweet, very palatable, and you're going to want to eat more. It spikes.
Yeah, but generally what I do is I don't do sweets at all. I try to cut them out. But like I said, I did for 2 months because they're wanting to do a transplant, a 5-organ transplant on me in 2018 until they come up with trying to do this other operation. And they wanted me to lose about 40 pounds. Mm-hmm. Well, once I got off of this, I got back to eating my normal way.
Mhm.
Didn't gain hardly any of it back, but now it's like, I would like to lose, some, or at least get in better shape.
Yeah, so now you eat more of a
I
high
lose,
protein,
yeah.
low carb,
Plus, I mean,
low fiber.
plus I'm supposed to be on a low fiber diet anyway, just because of not having a colon.
Oh, is it like what is it called? A FODMAP or FOD? What is it called?
I've never heard that term before, so
let me look it up. I think it's called FODMAP diet. Yeah, it's basically like a low fiber diet.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
low FODMAP.
That's like
diet,
my buddy
yeah.
who's also the SDA, that I talk about sometimes. He is pre-diabetic. That's a story in itself. But he gets into it with my mom. My mom's been a diabetic forever. Literally, I can't remember a time when my mom wasn't a diabetic.
Mm.
And he's trying to tell her how to count carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, come to find out, really, there's different doctors that use different approaches on how to count carbs. Some say, hey, just take it all. Here's a bigger number for you a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, because like when I told my buddy that my doctor said, just shoot for 100 carbs a day. Because I told him I don't want to subtract. I don't want to, keep track of how many, this, that, or the other sort of thing. And, so he's like, the best thing to do then is don't count your carbs, because you have the people that want to take your carb, like say you get a piece of bread at 17 carbs. Well, with the fiber, it's like 5. You subtract it, or 10, or whatever it might be. There's your difference.
Yeah, it gets.
Well, that's what the way my buddy does it. And most people do it that
it's
way.
A little cloudy. You got the net carbs, and then
right, and I just don't
that they subtract. But
like I said, my doctor said, do 100 and eat any way you want. As far as meat and all that.
If you just eat like an animal-based meat, and then also vegetables, like maybe carrots, whatever it may be, like a vegetable and then a meat product, you're not going to have to worry about the carb intake, because the carbs on there are so low.
But then,
and then the meat product is going to
be the fiber I'd have to worry about. Then, like celery, I can't have. I mean, I still do once in a while. I'm not perfect. There's a lot of fiber, and look at all the stringy stuff that's in celery. How many times have you got a string caught in your throat from eating a piece of celery?
I don't eat very much celery. I don't like.
Well, then but it's fiber.
But I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, do it.
It's about 1.6 grams per 100 grams. 100 grams of celery is, well, I don't know how much that is.
Let's see.
Wow, it is. I guess it is a little bit higher.
Yeah. It may not be the highest, but it's one of the ones that I look out for, because just so I know that they've got the little veins in them.
Yeah. I don't eat a lot of celery, so.
Yeah, but see, like I used to eat celery raw, but then with all the different diets and trying to stay away from the fiber. But I love celery. It's just gonna be hard for me not to eat certain things.
You like celery?
Oh,
I can't eat celery unless it's like
or cream
unless
cheese
it's drenched in something else,
right? Or a dressing, not by itself. But
you don't eat celery. Oh, you don't eat celery by itself, then?
Not on this diet. I don't know. Okay. But like in generally, like say we eat a lot of potato salad here in Indiana. Mm-hmm. Well, they put celery in almost every recipe there is. I mean, obviously. Yeah. So I eat a lot of celery that way too. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm trying to see where I don't want high fiber food. Oh, I screwed myself. I was trying to see there you go. High fiber vegetables and fruits. It's high fiber fruits and vegetables. Wait, good choices includes apples, bananas, avocados, which I hate avocados, peaches, or pears, berries, and dried fruits like prunes and apricots. Excellent source of fiber, which I don't want that, of a vegetable would be artichoke, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, carrots, sweet potatoes, and various leafy, pretty much all leafy vegetables are high in fiber. So I eat a lot of watermelon. Believe it or not, that's one of the best fruits to have.
I like watermelon only when it's cold, though.
Or when it's sweet.
Yes.
Here it's like, and I don't know what's happened back when I was a kid. Back in my day, you go to the store and buy fruit, vegetables, and they tasted like fruits and vegetables. You go there now, and they're so radiated, you can't. There's no taste to apples or, even bananas. It's yucky. That's why I love going to orchards and stuff. Get it straight off the tree. That's where I get all my carrots is off a tree. Let's see how many of you know anything about gardening.
Oh, gardening. Sandman, do you know about gardening? Do you have a garden at all?
Yeah, by the way, carrots don't grow on a tree. I'm just saying. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'd like to garden, but I haven't done it yet.
Is that something you hope to do in the future?
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm hoping to do it next week. I got to buy a brand new tiller. Guess I could use a tractor now I think of it. Yeah, I've been debating this for 2 days, so sorry. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to go buy one or just get the big tractor out, which is overkill. It's like it's going to be more work hooking up the disc and the plow to the Alice Shambler, and then it is to take 1 or 2 swipes, because we've got like a 16-row plow, and well, actually an 8-row plow I could use the smallest we've got, and a 16-row tiller. But that's like half an acre at a time.
Yeah, the next place I move to, I'm hoping to get enough land to have some animals there in a garden, a fairly good sized one. So I want to be as self sufficient as I possibly can.
mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
That's why I do my own reloads at times.
Your own reloads?
Yeah, I reload ammo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's good.
Plus, I trust myself better than somebody at a factory. And I know what's in them.
Cesowl, I thought you were a liberal atheist against the Second Amendment.
I got an armory.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
I know your position on that. That's why I was.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember who it was. I was telling them because right now I'm doing a review of a Sky 9mm, the 2nd gen, not the 3rd gen, but I've got the 1st and 2nd gen, which I got the 2nd one free. And everybody's like, "Oh, that's like a ghetto gun." It's like, might be, but still a good gun, shoots good, under $200. I still have my other, my Lugers and my, well, I don't have my Glock anymore. I sold it. And I just sold my 40mm, God, 40 cal pistol.
Oh, that's an interesting question. How would you answer it?
I got a question for the panel. Would you try human flesh if it was lab grown? No.
You wouldn't?
Nope. No way. I can't even eat calamari or snails. You think I could do human? Now, if I was starving to death, I might be able to do a snail or 2 or 3, but yeah, I don't know if I could. Like that movie about the soccer team that crashed in the Himalayas. Was that what it was? The Himalayas?
Yeah.
The Andes.
Crashed in the mountains or something.
Yeah, in South America. And if I was in that situation, then yeah, maybe. No, probably for sure. Especially, it'd have to be cooked though, because that shit will kill you if it's not cooked. But I don't care if it's raised in a lab or not. I'm not eating human flesh. That's just ew. Might as well be a vampire.
I think I'm trying to answer it as honestly as I can. I probably wouldn't try it, but there's a slight chance I would.
Yeah, there's absolutely no chance I would. I know that.
If I knew it was grown in the lab, and I knew there was no chance for any negative effects coming.
But it's
from
still
it.
human flesh.
Yeah, but what's the difference? We're animals, just like other animals. So I mean, once you break it down like that, what's the difference?
It's human meat, regardless.
I get that, but you're thinking in your you're thinking,
no offense, Cannibal Fresh, but no, I just no human flesh for me.
Are you an animal, Bob?
Am I? Yes, I am an animal. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I am a mammal.
And an animal,
yes.
animal.
Yes.
So you're an animal. I forgot. I can't even pronounce it. I used to say it all the time. Animal and mammal together. Aminal. There we go.
Are you not an animal?
Me, no.
You're not.
Wow.
What are you?
Well, that's someone.
I'm a human.
You're a human.
Okay. And guess
What is-
what? Humans are classified as what? Animals.
Humans.
Animals.
Are you a mammal, Sandman?
I'm a human.
He ain't gonna
So you're-
budge. But he knows
you're
he's
human,
he's
okay.
he got it. He's no way around it.
I'm a human, baby.
What is the difference between a human and an animal?
Really, that's what I'm wondering because I'm looking at the definition of. Matter of fact,
Well, go to the zoo and you'll see what the difference is. They're behind.
I see animals taking care of animals at the zoo. Is what I see.
Yeah.
At zoos, I've seen animals be pretty cunning and sly to get treats and communicate with other humans through nonverbal communication to get what they want. I see animals at the zoo, mothers taking care of their children, their offspring. I see the men or the males of other animals play a male role. So when you say go to the zoo and look at the difference outside of clothes, what is the difference?
Oh, big differences.
Okay, well, what's one of those big differences?
The intellect.
The intellect. So I've seen animals in the zoo be pretty smart about tricking humans into doing something and then swiping things they want.
How do you define animal, Sandman? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I don't know. How do you want me to define animal? Animal's an animal. Any animal.
That clears it up. Let me guess, a human's a human, right?
And a human's a human, yeah.
Wow.
What is a human? If I asked you, Sandman, to define to me what is a human and then what is an animal, how would you do that?
I would say I'm talking to a human right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are talking to a human. And humans speak. They communicate verbally the way we do.
So a parrot's a human then?
No.
Why not? It communicates the way we do.
No, they can't have conversation like we do.
So do dolphins, are dolphins not animals because they communicate with each other?
Well,
would you say that there's humans, dolphins, and then animals?
Human dolphins?
No. Would you say that they're humans because we communicate with each other? There are dolphins because they communicate with each other, and then there are animals because there's no communication.
Exactly. They're all in the same boat.
Okay, so are dolphins animals?
Are what?
Are dolphins animals?
Well,
because they have that communication with each other as well.
I know the definition of this one, Bond. No, a dolphin is a dolphin. Tell him, Sandman. Tell him.
Yeah, dolphin is a dolphin.
Big bad mama.
Okay, so would you say a dolphin's not an animal?
Well, put them in the animal category.
But why? If communication was your answer just now,
dolphins
have dolphins are able to communicate with each other. So if communication was your answer as to what separates an animal from a human, then dolphins should be in that same category that separates them from a human or from an animal because they have that communication.
Okay.
Did you ever answer this one from BMM? It says Sandman was a Neanderthal, a human. It was.
I think the better answer would have been that we're specially created by God.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that right now, but I'm just trying to go with the earthly understanding of what, because most people won't believe that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's going to be a little bit harder, but if you use other metrics, it's going to fall apart eventually because of the you saw the dolphin example. So I think you should just go to the point. It's like, this is why I actually believe this.
Oh, you think it's the better thing to just put
Yeah.
out your
Yeah.
whatever conviction you have, and
Yeah, because if you'd have said that, I would have said, okay, I get it. I get it.
yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But if you were speaking to someone else, you would like, well, prove your God then, and prove this, and then go into details, and then that becomes a whole different conversation, right? I guess.
I mean, I think the only answer that you could give or someone could give that would differentiate humans from animals is the soul and God and special creation.
Okay. So are you an animal?
Yeah, I said it earlier. Yeah.
So your soul, what do you have to say about your soul?
They're on the bottom of my shoes.
I don't know that I have a soul.
Okay. So that's why you say you're an animal.
Nope.
I have consciousness. I don't know that I have a soul.
What species of animal are you? What
I'm
Homo
a Homo sapien.
That's easy.
you're a Homo sapien?
Yeah. I'm straight though, no homo, but you know.
Yeah. You know they're gay when they have to clarify.
So
I know, right?
So it's okay. So that's a sort of.
There you go.
This is a sort of animal, like Homo sapien.
You asked what species of humans were. Homo
No,
sapien.
I didn't say that. I said what species of animal, and
Homo
you said
sapien.
so I didn't know this was a sort of animal, Homo sapiens.
Well, yeah, because if you read what I put in there earlier of what an animal was,
so
we belong to the Animalia kingdom.
Animalia.
I'm no expert, right? There are people out there that are way more intelligent on this than I am.
A 3-year-old would be more intelligent.
These are all
both of us put together,
classifications.
Bond.
all of these descriptions and things that we use are just classifications based on a certain set of characteristics from what I can see
That you can find in the Bible.
It's in
Isaiah 3:16.
What?
It's nothing. Forget it. Bad joke.
What? Who told you this? Where did you get your information from?
I got it from Pope Darwin.
Well, but Bon, what kind of what type of animal are you? Like, what kind of species are you?
Well, I'm a Homo sapien.
Okay.
And I am a great ape, a primate.
I wouldn't say so great. You're all right.
I'm a decent ape.
You're a decent ape. All right, I'll go with that. You're bonded.
I'm for the most part, I'm bipedal, hairless. Obviously I have hair, but there's a lot of characteristics that go into these things.
So your history comes from a species of ape? It's like you're a descendant of an ape in the past?
No. Ape is not an actual animal. Ape is like when you say fish, right? There's fish and there's many different types of fish.
It's like kinds.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So an ape is not an animal. You could say gorilla is an ape. An orangutan is an ape. A human is an ape. That sort of thing.
Okay. So you are from what animal that describes you most?
Well, the animal that describes me most is a human. But and Serv has joined, and I'm glad he joined because he is.
Oh, there we go.
Way more informed.
BMM would have been up here by now. But he was disappointed that Sandman ignored his question, I think, earlier.
Whose question?
Big Bad Mama's. I don't know if it's the Neanderthal one or if you ever answered that one or not. If there's another one I missed, I don't even know.
Okay.
Fine, you ruined it. I was gonna ask him to show me an ape.
Oh, my bad.
An ape?
Grape ape?
Monkeys?
Monkeys
Apes?
aren't apes.
Monkeys aren't apes. Yeah.
Gorillas?
Gorillas
Chimpanzees?
are apes.
Well, a gorilla's
Yeah.
a gorilla.
But they're not a monkeys.
So how did so let me get this straight, Bon. You're saying that if we go back, you evolved from what?
Hey, wait, real quick. Classification is independent of evolution.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're a fun guy. You're not an ape. You're a fun guy.
So even if God created everything, we're still animals by the definition in science.
And Jamie's still gay.
What
says
animal?
gay.
What
Go on,
animal do you come from?
Well, are we talking about evolution or classification?
I don't know. Start with evolution, then we can move to classification.
Oh, well, a long series of apes, and then
You had humans. There you go.
great apes, primates. You go all the way down through
Bonobos.
vertebra, eukaryote, down to animalia. There's like a bunch of animals.
So these are your ancestors?
Well, my grandma was a pissed off ape, if that helps.
There's and so like what happens? Like how do you go from being an ape to a human?
Well, I don't.
Nor will he ever.
I'm a human.
Well, you must continue to transform, no?
No, I must. Well, I mean, I do because your
These
DNA
always
changes
evolve,
as you age.
yeah.
But no, I'll always be human, and my children will always be human. And a million years from now, if life's still around, they'll still be humans. They'll just also be more things.
But how come in the past we transformed and now it stopped?
So we didn't. We're still vertebrates.
Yes, we didn't
Right?
transform.
We're still primates. We're still apes.
Yeah.
We
Well,
didn't stop being those things.
No, but hold on. Speak for yourselves. I'm not an ape. Like I'm asking
you are.
you guys.
You fit
Whether you
the
deny it or not, you're
classification
still a
of what an
great
ape
ape.
is.
Yep.
I'm asking you guys. I'm asking who are your who do you work for, bro?
I work for Manila Gorilla.
I work for myself.
Who sent you?
But if
But
anyone
Manila
wants to
Gorilla.
pay me to shill for evolution, go ahead, send the checks this way.
Who are you working for?
My ex-wife was a biology teacher, and she did do research in evolution. So
Okay.
I did have that connection. So when people say you're just believing these faceless people that tell you these things, I was actually married to one of those people at one point. So,
But that doesn't matter because you both agreed, no?
we both agreed. No, at the time we didn't actually. I was a Christian. I was a young earth creationist at the time.
Oh, so she was the one. Okay. Okay.
So,
I mean, I just looked at
were you an animal back then, Bond, or were you a human like Sandman?
I was in an interesting position. And then I just looked at once she got deeper into her studies and started doing the research, naturally I started reading more things. And so, I formed my own opinion about it, and I just saw the evidence.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird if you're with somebody that's studying something, because I was with the girl who was studying to become a phlebotomist. I knew as much about it as she did because I helped her study. I'd ask her the questions and give her the answers if, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't make me not a human or not even an animal, because I'm both. And I'm even a great ape. More decent than Bond, let's put it that way anyway.
Yeah, you got that large brain and curved spine.
Yep.
You don't have a tail. Yeah.
You got a tailbone, but you don't have the tail.
Yeah. You used to have a tail.
Yeah. I wish I had a tail now. That could come in handy.
Man, I still chase tail. Does that count?
How come we don't see proof of this today?
We do.
Yeah, constantly.
Proof of what? Wait,
we
wait,
see
wait.
what? We see like monkeys and chimps turning into humans?
Yeah, every time I look in the mirror. I
No,
got
they
my proof.
wouldn't turn into humans.
That's after like what? 10 bottles of vodka?
So wait, hold on, Sandman. Why would we see monkeys turning into humans?
Yeah.
Like,
Why would we?
see that?
Because it happened in the past. So my
Well, my
theory
question
is,
then would be,
if it happens in the past, why wouldn't it continue to happen in the future? What would you answer to that?
They just wouldn't become humans because of monophylate.
So you're saying
how
that
it became extinct.
okay, but we have that race, those species today. How come they don't transform anymore? What happened to them?
Well, I don't want to know, Sandman. The real question is, if we have humans and we came from
Okay.
monkeys, why do we still have monkeys?
Okay,
Ask
so if
Mic drop, atheist.
but I said if we still have those species of monkeys
I knew this was coming.
and apes,
I don't
how
think
come
any
we don't
species.
see any of them transforming today? Like half, like hey, look at that guy. He's in the middle of a transformation right now.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the common ancestor between us and monkeys don't exist anymore.
Right.
Why though?
Extinction.
Tell me why.
I would have to look it up. I would have to look up what exactly that ancestor was. I don't know off the top of my head.
At that point, you're getting in like old world monkeys, new world monkeys, that sort of thing.
Is that how they justify it?
Justify it.
Well,
What
no,
do you
because
mean by
we're mixing two different things. There's classification.
About 20 things, you mean. I'll be right back. I gotta get something to drink.
So what you're saying is that we don't have those species of transformable type transformer apes and monkeys anymore. We used to, not anymore.
No, that's what all of us are.
Well, no, that's what you are, but that's not what I am. But
No, it's what you are, even if you don't know it.
well, I mean, that's what you claim, but I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
I mean, each of you believe the opposite on this. So
No, I'm just saying, how come we don't see that today?
We do.
we do.
You see what? You see an animal like an ape turning into a human?
We see evolution. We see evolution.
Yes.
We don't see what you're talking about.
We actually see other apes, and other monkeys starting to use tools and starting to evolve into different phases now.
Yeah, we've also seen bonobos separate from chimpanzees, and different bonobos separate, and chimpanzees separate.
Right. But what does that mean, though?
That means they're becoming new species.
No, they're just becoming they're educated. Someone's educating them. They're training them.
No, I don't mean tool use. I mean their behaviors are changing, their size is changing, their hair is changing. A bunch of things are changing.
Have their environment changed? Maybe.
Yeah. Or
and that's why
drivers for change.
Right. They're changing into what though? You think they're going to turn into something that looks like us?
The chimpanzees are going to turn into a post-chimpanzee. We can make up a name for it, but we tend to not make up names until we see the thing.
Right. I don't think we'll ever see the thing.
Well, you probably won't. I probably won't either. Right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will.
Well, people will in the future. Somebody will in the future. Granted, an asteroid doesn't destroy the Earth.
By common definitions of speciations, we've seen it happen in dogs.
Mm-hmm.
What have we seen happen in dogs?
Some breeds of dogs can't breed with other breeds of dogs. At least not without help.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
we also, I mean, if you want to see it happen quickly, what you have to do is look for organisms that change quickly, that populate quickly. Right? We've seen speciation in plants in the last decade. Right? And decade before that, we've seen speciation in plants over and over again. We see it in bacteria like every day almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we don't see what you're talking about, though.
No, as what I'm saying, we see what I'm just talking about right now.
Yeah. But we don't see an animal turning into a human.
Well, you wouldn't see humans are animals. Why would an animal turn into a human?
Human looking like look like human.
That's what we are.
Have you ever seen a completely shaved gorilla or chimp?
No.
They look pretty human. Look at their hands.
They're not the same.
Well, I get that, but they're very similar.
Similar doesn't make it the same.
I got a question.
Look at their face. Look at their eyes. Look at their structure. Their mouth. Their snout. I've
looked at their eyes. I've looked at chimpanzees' eyes. There's several documentaries with chimpanzees following them, and you look at them, and it's like looking in another person's eyes.
Yeah.
Have you? There's I forget the name of the documentary, but there was some researchers that were following this tribe of chimps, and it was, dude, that documentary was wild. Like, they got a lot of close-ups on them, and it was like looking into a person's eyes, and then seeing how they reacted to certain things and how they conducted themselves. It was pretty mind-blowing.
I bet you won't find a scientist who've ever seen this happen.
I won't find a scientist who's ever seen
I
it.
talk to scientists literally every day that do this for a living.
I was married to a scientist.
You won't find one scientist who's seen a monkey turn into a human over time.
See, you keep saying a monkey turn into a human. So you're strawmanning the thing from the very beginning.
Yeah, we wouldn't see a monkey turn into.
Well, without
there's a rule. Monophyly.
Without trying to strawman anything, you're never going to see it.
So Sandman.
No, not you're never going to see it. You're never going to find. Even if you go back in history, someone who actually saw this evolution happen.
Okay. Do you know what the law of monophyly is, Sandman? Do you know what that is?
We see evolution every single time someone has a baby.
Yeah.
Who's speaking?
That very, very micro version of it. Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, but it is still evolution. It's the exact same principle. It's the exact same function process. It's
ancient aliens.
That's great. That's nice. I don't buy it.
So
why don't you buy it?
Jane Goodall, I think you were talking about Bond.
What? Why
Bond's
don't you buy that?
Bond's an animal.
Well,
You're all animals.
I gotta watch out. I gotta bring a muzzle or something.
You gotta muzzle me, yeah.
We're all animals.
He was asking about.
You are animals, not me.
Well, I'm sorry, but you are. What would you be if you were not an animal? Animal is just a group of beings. There are animals, there are plants, there are minerals. We're animals.
Not me.
So what are you? A voice?
He doesn't have a curved spine, or he's not a eukaryote.
He's not bipedal.
Yeah, he doesn't reproduce sexually.
That's weird.
Very weird.
I mean,
maybe he has a tail.
Well, don't we all? I mean, I don't. I mean,
this is why you shouldn't go down this route, Sandman. You should just say we're specially created from God, and we're human.
No, I like it. It's fun.
That's why you should just jump to that.
Well, here's the thing. You probably should know to avoid this in the future. Classification is independent of evolution. Even if evolution is false, you're still an animal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classification depends on character.
No one's going to convince me of it, so.
All it is a name that has a description attached to it, and you match the description.
Can I ask Sandman, why do you say no one is going to convince me about it?
Why? Because.
And like, what do you mean when you say that?
Well, like I said earlier, there's no proof of what they say. So
no.
But by saying, first of all, by saying that, you're ruling out the possibility that there could be evidence that you haven't come across that would convince you.
And no
Because
one else
all-
has either. I understand what you're saying. No, I might, but there's no one out there who can prove it either.
But you're ruling out the future. Do you see what I'm saying? You're ruling out what you could learn, what we as humans could learn in the future. If we pretend that there actually aren't evidence, which there is so much, but let's pretend there isn't. Or let's say there isn't.
Mhm.
There are no evidence. You're ruling out the possibility that there could be.
Right.
So the reason, so why do you say that there cannot be? It's an impossibility. But on what grounds do you make that statement?
Well, because we don't see that. We've never did. And so
But I
that's
mean-
something I just don't believe in.
So you know I'm an atheist. I don't believe in a God.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm not ruling it out. I'm not convinced. I have not seen any evidence of it.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to say no one can show it. It can't be done. No one has seen it. Will never happen.
Yeah.
Because I
See,
don't know that. Because no one knows that. No one can say what we will find in the future. And I'm open to the possibility.
oh no, I'm not. That door is shut.
Why? But why?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm wired that way. I guess I'm
But
human.
that's not a good
I'm not-
reason, though.
I think more animals think that way, and humans don't. I guess.
So humans or animals think in terms of way in the future.
Animals think.
No, animals don't rule out the possibilities. Humans do.
Why? You're just making these statements, but you it's like there really isn't. You're not giving any grounds for them.
Yeah, just like they can't give me grounds for what they say. I know.
Well, I think
Who are
people are
they?
giving you.
Whoever they are, whoever came up with these stories.
I think people are giving you that.
Who are these people, anyways? Who
Who
made
are
up this whole
My
concept?
ex-wife,
Wait, which one?
scientists that serve.
Has
in
anyone
today.
landed on the moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Well, I have the recording on an LP, but I won't send it to you because it's the only one I have, and it's from 1960, whatever year it was, 9 or something like that.
Okay. You believe they landed on the moon?
I mean, I
I know it.
I wasn't there, but I know someone personally that had his own radio telescope that listened to them go to the moon.
You know there are reflectors placed on the moon right now. You could
Yeah.
actually go out and check and see that
You
they are
actually-
there.
Yeah.
Sandman, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Does your faith in God depend on whether or not humans are animals, whether we went to the moon, any of this stuff? It's like if you were to have your mind changed due to some evidence brought to you that you just really could not deny, would your faith change at all?
So if my faith would change if there was
I'm asking-
something that would prove what I believe wrong?
Yes, yeah, like with humans being animals, evolution, with the moon, whatever, space. I don't know your beliefs on space or anything like that, but would your faith in God change if
Good question.
you were given evidence and you saw that evidence and you were like, you know what? I was wrong. Would your faith in God, the current God you believe in, change at all?
I don't think so.
Have you seen God?
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Have you seen God? Hello? Oh, maybe he muted.
Oh yeah, he's muted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I wanted to blow his mind and tell him that I'm only 97% human.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, it's okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, yeah. I was asking, have you seen God?
I have in different ways. Yeah, I did.
How? What do you mean by different ways?
Through his
Have you seen?
His divine miracles. Through divine miracles.
So you have not seen God?
You mean if you're referring to like the way I would see someone else, like
Yeah.
no, but I've seen it through his divine miracles.
Yeah, and we have seen evolution.
Oh, you have?
But
Well,
yeah,
that's
by the exact same, actually more not tangible, more what's the word when you can touch something?
Tangible.
Oh, it is tangible.
Yeah.
I was right. Wait.
yeah, you were right. You're right. Good one, Deviant. Good.
I want to hear more about these miracles that you've seen.
No, I don't want to talk about them.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you asked me, I answered that.
No, that's fair. I can ask you and you can refuse. That's fine.
Through divine miracles that I personally have seen, not only once, many times.
If my soul depends on it, would you tell me those miracles?
Yes, probably.
I currently no longer believe. I used to. I would like to. Would you be willing to share any of these miracles with me? I was a believer when I was growing up, fell away, went to college, gave all of the college life up, and followed Christ, baptized, all of that stuff. I'm no longer a believer. Would you be willing to share any of those things with me if I'm asking you because I want to believe, because my family does as well?
Good question. That's a good question. I'm going to have to ponder that, though.
You have to ponder someone that's telling you they want to believe in something.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean,
okay. That's fine.
I mean, I'm just trying to be
mine, but
trying to be honest.
Won't match his.
Is that no? But seriously, I'm being serious about it. No, not because.
What if I died tonight in my sleep, and you had the opportunity to right now tell me
that's not my responsibility. I mean, if you died in your sleep tonight, and there was a God and a hell, and
yeah, and I was reaching out to someone,
that would have not have
you
been.
were like, I have all these things to tell you, and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna ponder over it. I go to sleep, and then I just never wake up.
I would have.
Sandman, do you really want to do like 20 more Hail Marys and tithe $5 more?
No, if Bond said to me, "I'm dying tonight. Could you baptize me, or could you?"
No. I've been baptized. I
can baptize you.
I was baptized, Sandman.
Everyone who's been baptized can baptize.
I gave up my sinful college fraternity life. But I'm no longer a believer. And if I'm asking you right now to give me some of those examples, and you refuse to, and then I go to sleep and I just never wake up.
Right. Would I feel bad about it?
Would you feel like you missed God's calling?
No.
Like he put me in your path. I'm literally right here.
Yeah.
You, and you're like, no. You wouldn't feel like you're just like whatever.
Not in this context, no.
Not what do you mean by not in this context?
Well, not in the context we are in. Like,
what context are we in?
Well, we're on a chat. We're on a.
Well, it's 2024, 2025.
Yeah.
People communicate online.
Well, I mean, if someone was serious,
Am I not serious? Do you think I'm serious?
I don't think you're serious.
You don't think I'm serious? Okay,
But
okay.
you,
There we go.
but you can't blame me for not thinking that. You're
What have I said to you that has made you think I'm not serious?
I mean, I respect everyone's opinion.
No. Specifically,
I know your stance. I know your stance.
What's my stance? What's my stance? Tell me my stance.
You
You know my stance. Tell me my stance.
I'm sensing a little agitation right now.
No, you said you know my stance. What's my stance? Tell me.
I've heard your stance in the past.
Well, if you've heard my stance, tell me. Go ahead.
No,
I'm gonna mute.
I'd rather not get into it.
Why wouldn't you? I'm here, Sandman. I'm begging you. Why do you not tell me my stance? I've said it. You've heard my stance. Why can't you tell me?
Well, I think based on the past and what I've heard you say in other streams, not once but many times, just confirms what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I mean, it's not.
And what is it that confirms what you're saying?
I mean, come on. It's now you're asking me for details.
You're kind of trying to dodge things, Sandman.
No, I'm not trying to dodge.
Sandman.
I'm just not getting into details.
Okay, hold on, Sandman. I'm telling you right now, my family are believers.
I know you told me. You told me.
Okay, so I've told you. Okay, well, keep going then. Keep going. What
and
else?
you have a niece, or you have a new niece. You're going to be an uncle. You're going to be an uncle, or
I'm going to be an uncle. I have been an uncle for the past almost 2 years, but
a new baby. Remember you were telling me about it?
Yeah. But uncle, being an uncle, and this other thing that I'm asking you is two completely different things, right? You're talking about the stance and their positions with God, right? Salvation, which you said you knew.
Which I know. What do I know? What do I know?
Sandman, do you actually know, or do you not know? If you don't know, that's fine. Just say
I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. That's for sure. But I don't know what exactly.
So you don't know. So you don't know.
What are you trying to ask?
Okay, so would you like to say you don't know?
On what? On what exactly? I'm confused, Bon. I don't know where we are here in your question.
Okay.
I'm lost a bit. I'm staring at a gorilla on my screen. I don't know why, but
I used to have a gorilla back. It was pretty thick, pretty strong, but
gorilla
life
back
happens and sometimes it disappears.
Silverback.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what was the question exactly? So
oh my goodness. Hey, Clockwork, how you doing?
So yeah,
I gave him a chance. Didn't take it, and now we're here.
Well, the fact that he believes we never landed on the moon tells me everything I need to know.
Hey, Clockwork, your volume is very low.
Your volume is perfect,
well,
Clockwork.
I mean, okay, I can crank it up if you want me to.
Speak with your chest, Clockwork. Come on now, be an alpha man.
I saw God, had a conversation with God. It was both terrifying and amazing.
You see?
Yeah. I only remember two parts of our I remember what was said, and then we had a conversation. I only remember two parts of the conversation, but they're golden parts.
Mm-hmm.
They're like forbidden wisdom kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
A little better, brother.
Very, very quiet. It's not better at all.
Well, do you want me to yell at the mic? Because I can do that.
No,
yeah, yell at it. This full-blown face red.
The fact that Sandman believes
what?
We
Can't hear you.
The moon
can't hear you.
Tells me all I need to know about what he believes.
We can't really hear you, Clockwork. There is something with your volume or your mic.
You're using Restream SO. You're not using StreamYard.
Clockwork, your volume is very low.
Maybe
You're not
gain.
screaming loud enough.
Because I can't.
Maybe his gain. Maybe his gain is low.
Okay, I feel bad. I take too much glee in picking on Clockwork.
Maybe he just needs to take some more testosterone pills or something. Testosterone shots.
So yeah, what did you say? What did he say about the moon? He says the fact that I don't believe that they landed on the moon says it all.
Well, I don't think we landed on the moon, but that's a different story. You know,
Right. If they landed on the moon, how come no one else landed on the moon?
Well, several people has. We've not only been there once.
Deviant's about to come at me. No, don't do it.
Many people have multiple times on different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has any does the moon
look at that
belong?
picture. Look at that flag. It's a perfect picture of a flag and all that stuff.
Have we? Has there been any other countries that have gone up there?
Humans, no, but yeah, other people have landed rovers with cameras and stuff.
Russia. The reason we landed on the moon was because Russia wanted to get there first, and we did.
Yeah,
No.
Russia wanted to get there first, then we said
they
we made it
put
first.
the first satellite in orbit, and it scared the shit out of us.
So educate me. Does the moon belong
It's
to
not my
the
job to teach you. You've got the whole information in the whole world at your fingertips. All you gotta do is
Russia
look at
wanted
the
to
right
get there
place.
first. We said we made it there first, and then
Yeah, Russia was trying to do stuff, yay communism, and then we opened our pants and flopped all over top of them.
Yeah. Or at least that's what we said we did.
We threw it on the table.
Right. And did Russia afterwards go to the moon?
No, they gave up.
They gave up.
Everyone else just happened to give up.
Because Soviet Union were in a state of decline, and they kind of had an issue with the financing, because it's fucking expensive to go to space. Sorry for the F word, but it's very expensive to go to space.
It's hard to do engineering when you're constantly murdering your engineers for not being communist enough.
Yeah,
Right.
it kind of is.
Right.
It's kind of an issue.
Dustin's here.
One of these days we'll go to the moon, but
how's it going, Deviant Outcast?
Hi, how are you?
What's up, Dustin?
I'm okay. What's up? How you doing, Aiden?
Who?
Aiden's not here.
Aiden's not.
Aiden's not here? Where's Aiden?
Did you confuse
I thought
me
Aiden
with
was here earlier. No, I thought Aiden was here.
Oh,
okay. He was here earlier. I'm driving.
Aiden was never here, but
Aiden wasn't here earlier? I thought he was here earlier. Never mind.
No, he wasn't.
But when is Artemis 2 supposed to go around the moon? Is that next year?
It's already in orbit.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to come back, but yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to come back. I just can't remember what year it was.
Mm.
And I know Artemis 3 is like the year after that.
Have you seen the logistics behind the moon lander?
Which one?
There were several.
Assuming he means the first one.
Mm-hmm.
First one that landed.
Like the spaceship taking off again, right?
No.
Well, it more exploded on the bottom and then shot up off the moon.
It shot off.
Still there.
It shot up off, but there was somebody actually there to record it. Like,
have you ever heard of a remote control camera?
Yeah, there
are cameras behind.
If it's true what they say, like you can sell anything to anyone. You just market it right.
Yeah.
It's all CGI.
Like this one book that's been
CGI
printed a lot.
It's yeah.
Though we didn't have anything like that back then. Stanley Kubrick did it. Stanley Kubrick did it. There you go.
Well, my stance is nobody landed on the moon, and that's it.
Well, your hunch.
Why don't you think anyone has landed on the moon? I mean, are you aware that there's a space station in?
It's a scam.
Oh, okay. So that's how you and I are talking to each other now.
Yeah,
It's
they
a scam.
proved it. They proved it. They proved it through the actual footage that they were showing people.
Yeah, the lander had cameras on it. The whole lander didn't go back. They just shot the pod up. But anyway, I'm on this side. I'm on his side a little bit with the space station because that thing's barely in space.
Yeah, it's not even really. Yeah, it's gonna fall out the sky before too long.
Sure.
It's got
I'm
maybe
pretty
5 years
sure
left.
comm satellites. A lot of comm satellites orbit higher than the space station.
Oh yeah, communication satellites, the Hubble telescope. Hell, the James Webb telescope is 1,000,000 miles from Earth. It's beyond the orbit of the moon. Oh.
Oh, Sandman. Are you there? Are you there, Sandman? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. I'm back. How you doing, Gigi?
Hi, how are you, man?
Not bad, man.
That's,
Not bad. I had one of my offers accepted.
oh, that's good. Sandman.
Yes.
Do you believe, oh, would you ever go to the moon?
No, you can't go to the moon. The radiation. The radiation.
Sorry, Gigi, but yes, you
The
fucking
radiation. The radiation up
No,
there
it's
is
not.
so.
The Van Allen belt. The Van Allen belt is not as dangerous as you think it is.
All right. Well, believe whatever you want. That's all
Well,
good.
you can believe whatever you want, and I can
But I
believe that
am.
you're wrong, and you can
Well,
believe that
that's-
I'm wrong. Fair enough.
It's all
I
good.
mean, the
That's
US
why I get
needs
it.
to do something
Please.
about their
That's-
educational system because this is
This
just
sad.
Sandman
I'm trying
lives
to
in
remember,
Greece.
but I think you
Not,
have to literally
yeah.
stay in the most irradiated part of it for hours and hours to get a lethal dose. If I remember correctly. I don't remember how many
They
hours.
just pass through it.
Yeah,
On
you
their
just
way
shoot
to
through
the
it.
moon.
You're not even in the whole thing for an hour.
Sandman. That movie comes out today. I'm going to see it next Saturday. Until Dawn.
Oh, is it Until Dawn? The one I was talking about?
Yeah. I think it's based on
Okay.
a video game.
You think so?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Yeah. I might see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I did like a lot of things today. So probably tomorrow I'll I got more time tomorrow. Chill out. Go see it. But I won't tell you. I won't tell you what it's all about since you're going to see it.
Dustin's back.
Dustin's driving, I think.
Deviant.
Okay, is Sandman an animal yet, or is he still just the human?
I'm a human. But I realize there's a few animals in here.
No, there's a lot of
Not
animals, like
only,
everybody.
he's not only a human, he's also a cross-dresser.
Sandman,
I'm
would
a
you
Satanist.
believe me if I told you I was only 97% human?
No, I wouldn't believe you.
And that you're probably only roughly 98% human?
No, wouldn't believe that either.
Well, I mean, there's these great DNA testing places.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't believe it.
What if you went to university and did the DNA test yourself?
Nope, wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't believe your own eyes?
Nope. I don't buy into these theories. These theories to me are a joke. I've been having conversation with doctors, some of my clients who study, and scientists that I would have, and we'd have these. You should see the conversations we used to have. But
I mean, you can be a doctor in many things, But the question is it a relative field?
No, true. I mean, as a relative field to talk about whether, well, they believe the same thing. They believe in science, right? They're science-based people. Anything science tells them, they believe it. Like Pavlov's dogs, like a whistle. Woohoo! Whistle and the dogs
Well,
come.
if that's true, then they are not very good scientists.
Well, but that's what it is. They claim to be good scientists.
Yeah, but Devant, you got to realize Sandman goes to a proctologist every time he has a heart condition.
It's hilarious.
Mic drop. Boom.
So he's comparing what we believe to Pavlov's dogs. We've just been conditioned to believe it.
Exactly. You're all been conditioned to believe. And there's conditioning going on as a matter of fact, every time you watch the news, you're being conditioned.
I don't watch the news.
Well, let's talk about those who do. Every time you open up your TV and you're listening to somebody, some documentary about something, it's to program you. It's to change your ideas and your beliefs.
But you're above it.
That conspiracy is great because just like a radio station, you can listen to whatever you want and you can watch whatever you want on TV. And you condition yourself.
No, but see, the interesting part here is that Sandman is saying whenever you do this, you do that. It's all programming. The question is, does he include himself?
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
No.
Well, I'm calling it out. So how could I include myself?
And Sandman is the standard by which all others are measured.
Yeah, you're a higher being. Yeah,
remember, he's not an animal. He's a human.
Yeah.
Right. Remember that. Don't forget that part.
Don't forget that part. You know. And don't you dare accuse him of being a great ape.
Yeah. Silverback.
I love being a great ape. Maybe because people accuse me of being short. I'm not, for the record.
I just like having thumbs. That's all I got to say about it.
Look, if you didn't have that curve in the bottom of your spine, life would suck.
Yeah, that would.
Swanky.
Well, I mean, having opposable thumbs is cool and all, but raccoons have opposable thumbs, and so do possums. That doesn't make us special. Huh?
Yeah, but they haven't learned how to shoot a gun yet, so let's just hope they don't.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Well, are you sure about that?
Have you seen an angry possum?
Quite a few of the possum and raccoon both, and neither one have shot back yet.
Well, here, I mean, let's just say we put you in a room with 100 raccoons that are very nice, right? They're nice raccoons.
There's no such thing.
Right, they won't attack. Well, the key thing is they won't attack you, but we give them a gun. Do you feel safe staying in that room?
No, because we all know guns kill. It's not the person behind the gun that kills. It's the gun itself that actually shoots people.
Jesus.
I think raccoons like to press buttons.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want them to shoot themselves. It's okay to shoot the humans. We know how to fix ourselves sometimes. Raccoons are screwed.
Yeah, they'd probably shoot themselves for sure.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I found it. Taking the hour trip through the Van Allen belt, gives you about 13 rads if you are unprotected. You need 100 rads before you even feel nauseated.
Oh, there you go.
Are we talking about the radiation belt?
Yeah.
Space travel is impossible.
Yeah, you need about 500 rads before about half the people die.
Right.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Anywhere near enough to kill you.
Who told you that?
All of science, all of the smartest people.
All of the science, right? All of the science.
You know the ones created by Jesus.
But once again, I've got to correct you all. Sandman is special. He is a human. We're animals.
Right. You guys are forgetting this very.
I'm trying to help them out, Sandman. They just don't understand. You know how us animals are.
I don't know. I just can't figure it out.
I wonder. Sure, he might be a human, but is he a människa?
No, he's a human, but not a Homo sapien.
No. Is he a
Homo sapiens are
human
animals.
or is he a människa?
He's gonna pull up Ray Comfort. Don't you call me a homo?
No, that doesn't mean homo.
Is that like cross-dresser in Swedish?
No, it means human in Swedish.
No.
Oh, and he's gonna pull another Ray Comfort. Hey, God made the banana perfect. It fits in your hand. You can stick it up your
does.
butt. Yeah.
And deep throat it,
didn't
yeah,
have
just
to-
like
we
this.
Yeah, we didn't have to breed them to be that way without.
No.
No, that didn't.
I think humans are just being ridiculous. Why not just eat the seeds and forget about God making the perfect banana for us, as God intended.
I did.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. So you guys are animals. You believe you landed on the moon as animals.
I don't believe it. I know it. I was there.
But you never saw the Planet of the Apes.
I have. I don't say I haven't. I've seen the new and the old.
I saw
Charlton Heston. Thank you very
Was that a
much.
Documentary was Planet of the Apes a documentary? Was Interstellar? Was Star Wars? Is Star Trek a documentary? No, they're not. They're fantasy.
The
Jesus.
fantasy?
Yes.
Well, aren't they
fantasy,
based?
just
Aren't they
like-
based? Hold on. Planet of the Apes. Don't you think it's based on what you believe a little bit?
No, it was based
No.
on a dude that wrote a book.
Right, based on the.
You do,
Hold
you
up.
do that
He's saying the apes evolved clockwork. In the-
saying that
He's
it's
not
in the book
understanding.
doesn't make it real. You do know that.
It's
Yeah,
not-
obviously. No, what I'm saying is they take from real life.
Just
They
like
take from-
Stand actually happened. Just like Carrie actually happened. Just like let me name some other ones. Hellraiser
Carrie?
is a real thing.
Carrie,
Hellraiser
did
is
you
a real
see
thing.
Carrie?
Find the box, you're in danger.
I dated a Carrie, I'm sure. Her head
No.
spun around it and
Oh shit!
yeah.
I dated an exorcist chick.
Do you guys believe in UFOs too?
No.
Have they sold you on that too?
Like UFOs or aliens?
Have they sold you on that too?
I don't.
Who has
This
sold
man-
I
me?
believe in
by any
UFOs.
means,
There's
we're
plenty of
gonna
things
have-
in the sky we don't know.
You know, beep 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 beep.
Yeah, you can't tell
beep.
me this whole universe and universes were created and we're the only ones lucky enough to
Beep, beep, beep.
sprout life.
This is a 6:00 emergency broadcast. We've spotted aliens.
We've been through the War of the
aliens.
Worlds scenario back in the 30s. Okay, so
I typically don't fall for conspiracy theories because they are very easily debunked.
right.
Who in here?
Sandman has 100% proof that there are no aliens flying around because of the Van Allen belts.
So
Sandman could be proof that there really is an intelligent life on Earth. Just saying. Sorry, Sandman, but
Everybody. Oh, who's this guy in the bottom?
Truth Earth.
who's that?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Oh, it's Howie.
No clue.
How you doing, Howie? How you doing?
how you doing?
Butter Pike!
I knew it was Brother Pike. I knew it.
Pike!
No.
I got the
Everybody's
book.
Pike.
I got the book. Yeah.
But she wanted the Swedish
Hey,
version.
check it out.
And I did not have to pay for it.
What the?
I know.
How's that?
I have no idea.
See, that's how you know that everything in the book is true.
Why? Because they got to give it away?
Just saying.
Is
I
there a
love the
giveaway?
dedication.
Hmm. So yeah. So you guys believe in UFOs?
I believe the
No,
possibility.
I
but not
don't.
now, in the future.
I will say UFOs, yes. Aliens, unknown.
What drives the UFOs?
Well, I mean, there are things that are just
Motivation.
planes that are UFOs.
Well, after,
They thought the-
yeah, it's probably
Well,
not a human. It's probably not an animal because
This
aliens we
What
don't
was
know
that,
what are.
the B-2 stealth bomber. Every time that flew over at night, oh, a UFO. Yeah.
right. So you guys believe in UFOs or not?
Yeah, I
Unidentified
believe there are things in the
flying
skies
objects,
that
yeah.
people have not identified. Yeah.
I think we thoroughly shown that you cannot say you guys
You guys.
this or this.
Guys.
We have very differing ideas here.
Okay, let's start one at a time. Christian, you believe in UFOs?
Well, I mean, that's kind of a tricky question. Like, I believe there are flying objects that are
Park, just tell them the truth. So
unidentified.
you got to contact the mother.
How can that be a tricky question? Do you
Well,
believe in
because a
them?
lot of times when somebody says UFOs, like they're saying, do you believe that we've seen things that are extraterrestrial? But the term UFO only means flying object that we haven't identified. And of course, I believe in those. But no, I do not believe that any of them are from other planets.
After we got done contacting the mother, Skippy says this.
Well, that's what they want you to think, you know.
Right.
The answer you're looking for, Sandman, is no, I don't.
Right. Anyway, Deviant?
Fair enough.
Deviant, do you believe in UFOs?
I
Unidentified
kind of second.
species.
I would kind of second what Pike said.
Mhm.
I don't rule out the possibility that there could be life in space. I mean, on other planets. I think that is more probable than not, but I do not think that they. There is nothing. I don't see anything to indicate that they would be higher of any higher intelligence, having reached further on the evolutionary scale, so to speak.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Okay.
I don't believe there's intelligent life anywhere else, but to be fair, I don't think there's much here either.
Well, that is true.
Proof of that.
What, are you proof of that? What did you say?
I'm proof of nothing and everything.
Hey, Christian, did you know you're an ape?
This is what I've been told. Inform me.
All right, Hex, you believe in UFOs?
Yeah, I was saying what they said before. I think there
unidentified
that we haven't identified.
You can't just use my answer though.
I said it before you even got
my
in.
answer.
Yeah.
The heck?
Yeah.
What's going on here? There's some
Would you be
copyright.
surprised to find out that there are apes in the sky?
Apes in the space.
See, it was. See, that's what Lucy in the Sky is about. Apes in the sky.
You think?
And Lucy.
That's funny.
They just love Lucy.
Like, it's just that we're all being a little pedantic here, right? If we went outside at nighttime, Sandman, and I threw a rock into the air and I said, "Look, Sandman, what's that?" And you go, "I'm not sure." That would be a UFO.
Oh, I saw a UFO once actually in Loganville. For real, I actually did.
I've seen one too until I looked it up and it turned on the internet and it said it was a weather balloon.
Mine was
but it was
probably like a military thing or
unidentified
something, I don't
until
know.
I did that.
Yeah.
No, I saw
Do
like
you
a
believe-
whole formation. Like it was a. I'm sure it was like a military thing, but I didn't know. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you think the government's got things going on that you guys just don't know, or we don't know?
I definitely think all that New Jersey stuff was the government.
Right, but how were they selling it as?
They just kind of stayed hush hush about it. I think it's just probably them testing some kind of technology, and they just let the public think whatever they want. They've been doing that for decades.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, the more they let the public, go wild with it, the better of a cover-up it is.
Or it'll fit a narrative later on. For example, there was a spaceship that came down and blew up the grid. It was the spaceship. It was the aliens.
Which grid?
An unidentified object lasered beam down into the grid of Georgia, and now half of Georgia's got no power.
Don't do Georgia like that.
The power grid.
Not in your area.
Georgia?
No, that was in your.
Start singing that old song. The night the lights went out in Georgia.
The night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Who sang that, Carp?
War. We should
remember?
send the Catholics after them.
Would you believe that story?
Well, whoever it was, let them sing it.
Yeah.
Well, I
That was
would
a stupid
need
setup, that joke.
Yeah.
I would need something more than just man with suit on camera saying it was aliens.
It was unidentified object. They caught it from distant cameras, like the sky cameras that they have, or on top of buildings. And if you look here in the distance, like you see the shot, you see it, see that beam of blue light, poop, and the explosion. Would you buy that, or would you say that could have been our government doing that?
Well,
And
I'd be
nothing-
willing to buy that there might have been some sort of weapon used.
Okay.
But I would still probably need more to go leap further and go aliens.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that would just be a weird thing for aliens to do. Like if they're going to come all the way here from wherever they are and be aggressive and to only do that, that would make sense.
Right. But again, what's driving these spaceships? What these unidentified crafts?
I don't even know if they're spaceships.
What are they?
Planes, meteorites, swamp gas reflecting the light from Venus.
Yep. That's the standard answer.
Is that the standard answer?
It is. I was in the military for 8 years. I heard all that shit.
You guys don't know nothing in the military. You think you do. You don't.
Oh.
You don't know. You don't know half.
Hey, look, we don't build nuclear weapons and tanks and better guns.
No,
like
brother. No.
We don't know.
I'm not saying you as a soldier know whatever it is that you as a soldier should know.
No,
Everything else is classified. It's not.
Most of the stuff I know is still classified.
Exactly.
You can't be suggesting it's aliens because of the Van Allen belts.
Were you there?
Bet y'all can't guess what I know.
Okay. You have no idea.
Christian knows.
I know. Well, you're not going to guess what I know. That's for sure.
Did you move yet? No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm in the apartment right now.
No. Did you not paint?
I've been in this apartment for a week now. Almost.
Was it painted already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? When did you move?
America.
You haven't moved.
Here they don't. They just say, "Well."
I did too move. Yes, I did.
Why?
Well, the other house I think they were worshiping Moloch over there. I'm not sure. We just kept finding bones and things.
It's a nice place you got.
That reminds me. I have a proposal as sort of a peace treaty between the people that want abortions and don't want abortions. Let's say we let people have abortions, but there has to be a statue of Moloch and the baby is sacrificed to it. That way fewer people will want to have abortions.
Yeah, because everyone wants an abortion at.
That's your compromise?
Yeah, I mean, it would reduce abortions.
Yeah, because as we all know, abortions, that's something that you just do on a whim.
Yeah. I mean, do you think an atheist is going to be willing to sacrifice even a baby they don't want to a god? They wouldn't be an atheist anymore. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have an issue with it, but that wouldn't be a reason for me to abort or not abort.
It was a joke.
I know. I know.
Deviant, are you scared of death?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no point in that. The only thing to be scared of is baby how you die.
Exactly. I'm way more scared that someone I love dies.
Okay.
Burger Pike.
God, Tammy started running the steam cleaner. It's so loud.
Hi, Burger Pike. How are you, little guy?
Oh, I'm good.
So,
freaking 10 o'clock at night. She's like, steam cleaner.
You guys didn't put your stuff away yet? Like,
we're like in the middle of it. Like, we got like some stuff over here and we got to get the rest out this weekend, that kind of thing.
okay.
But yeah, we like it. Nice. It's like new and clean and all the stuff works.
Nice. Yeah, it's a nice
Plus,
place.
there's upstairs so I can banish the kids.
So we We have a cupboard in our new apartment that
For the kids?
it's locked.
For the kids.
It's for the kids. We don't have kids.
I like it.
But if we were to by some miracle, that's where people usually store them. So
Like store babies and take them out when you need them.
Cupboards are for the kids. Yeah. When you get a place, you gotta
rotate
have
the
someone to
tires,
manage
change the
kids.
oil, and put it back in the cupboard and lock it up.
Yep.
Don't let her lie. That's from Mr. Soot when he's in trouble.
Do you own any dolls, Deviant?
Dolls?
Of the voodoo variety? What?
Porcelain or of the voodoo? No, not the voodoo.
Not really.
No, just like decor, like, they're either on a shelf or standing up next to a bookcase.
Not really like a doll. I have like statuettes.
Right.
And I do have my teddy bear that I got when I was 2. I still have that one.
You don't have like an Annabelle?
Hey, what's the name of that evil doll they made that movie about?
Chucky.
Annabelle? Annabelle.
Annabelle. Yeah, that's
I was thinking of
Steven's doll.
Chucky.
You know what?
That's what I was just asking. Like an Annabelle.
Do you know what Annabelle looked like in real life? A Raggedy Ann doll.
Right.
Yeah, it
the
wasn't
first
some
one.
creepy. It wasn't
Yeah.
some creepy crack porcelain doll. It was a Raggedy Ann doll. Look it up.
Oh, you know the real Annabelle is actually Raggedy Ann doll.
Well, there were 2.
But I think it had a bigger head.
She didn't want to be
crazy.
alone. So,
Yeah. Now, is it true that the devil used the doll as a
conduit?
as a conduit to communicate to the animals, or I don't know?
You
Funny
know,
how you
this,
never asked me about it.
what I don't get. I could buy maybe that there's like a God, right? What I don't buy is that we're immortal. He's immortal. There's an infinite time in which for us to be because we're immortal, and he gives a shit about this infinitely tiny amount of space time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that doesn't. That's like, like there's so much more to worry about. Why are you worried about this? Comparatively so small, you couldn't even quantify it.
Not to mention, why do you care about what kind of clothes I wear, how I wear my hair, who I love?
You have short hair, right, Deviant?
Because you're a woman.
Yeah, it's very grown out at the moment, but I do. I have a pixie cut usually.
Right. When you say grown out, I mean it's not touching your shoulders, right?
It actually is.
It's right at your shoulders, yeah.
Yeah, because I cut my own hair, and I have been living with soot, and there hasn't been I haven't had a mirror that I could have cut my hair properly. Now that we are in the new apartment, I can do it again, but I'm thinking about maybe holding off. It's really annoying because it's just everywhere, but I'm thinking of holding it off because of the wedding this summer. I have a friend who's a hairdresser. She lives in the other part of the country.
Okay. So you're thinking of maybe tying it up, doing a little chignon with it or something?
So she's a really high-end hairdresser, my friend, and either way so I have very Scandinavian hair, which means I have very thin hairs. So I don't think she could do very much with it, but it would give her free range to cut my hair exactly like a professional. Because as I said, I cut my own hair, and it's just I'm not a professional hairdresser.
Okay.
So it would just be easier for her.
Easy, sleazy. Jeez. Jack, you're such a dickhead.
What happened to Bond? Did he leave? Yeah, he left.
He ran away.
He pooped out.
Yeah, I'm about to here shortly. I got to meet somebody in about 10 minutes or 15.
But this is your show.
I know, that's what sucks.
I know.
Besides, Gigi probably just about ready for bed anyway, I would bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to shut down now then, Gigi, or wait until about 10 o'clock? It's up to you either way. It doesn't matter to me.
We can shut down now if you want.
Okay, you sound tired even.
Thank you. Miss Outcast, you know the Pope passed away?
Yeah, I heard it was on Saturday or
Monday.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Wait, for the Catholic in the room, was he the last pope, or was he illegitimate? So the next pope is the last pope.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think anyone is supposed to be the last pope according to Catholicism.
Right? Isn't it just until the end comes, or
No. There's that Catholic prophecy that isn't held to by all Catholics.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm clueless. I never heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, the last pope is supposed to be Peter the Roman, according to him.
Oh.
Miss Outcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing shows on Fridays and Sundays now. Just those two.
Okay. Do you have a set time?
Tomorrow I'm doing at 3 and Sundays at 1:30. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I've been wondering where you have been. Also, I don't know. There's something maybe with the with YouTube, because for a couple of days, none of the channels I'm subscribed to were putting up new content. And then yesterday, it popped up a bunch of them, but I was actually wondering. That's good. So tomorrow, Friday and Sunday.
Yeah. You know, Bruce sprung a friend yesterday.
He's going what?
He brought a friend yesterday. He was a pretty nice guy.
Oh.
Even told Bruce pretty much to shut up.
Oh, that's true. He brought his friend on, then his friend told him shut up.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, Miss Outcast, do you remember Nick Shunk?
Yeah, of course.
He came on last night.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love Nick. Him and Julie, they are really great people.
Yeah, it was crazy. He came on. I clipped the part when I went to that part. It's on my channel. You ever want? It's Sandman and Bruce and a friend show.
I'm gonna look at that after we have shut down here. That's awesome.
Crazy.
I'm glad to hear Bruce has a friend. I mean,
You guys want to hear something stupid?
What?
Noelle just called me from upstairs. She's like, "Dad." I said, "What?" She goes, "I know what kind of dog God has." I was like, "What kind?" She said, "A Saint Bernard."
Saint Bernard.
So that's done.
She's already got a better sense of humor than you. That's good. I was worried about that.
The bar's pretty low.
And I hope they got Tammy's brains. They'll be fine. Don't worry about the physical deformities they get from their dad.
That just made me sad.
Yeah, were they all born with flannel shirts too?
They were actually.
Okay.
If I die and there is a heaven and I find out God is not a dog person, we're gonna have a fight.
I hate dogs except for like I met 3 of them I think that I like.
But you have a dog.
I don't have a dog.
Those are
I've
called
seen you
kids.
with a dog.
Those are kids, not
Oh,
those
you know
are
what's
humans.
stupid? Like
That
when we
was
got the
the-
lease. Look, we got the lease for this new apartment, and it's like no dogs, no pets, no dogs, no dogs, and the whole lease is just like they'll kill you if you have dogs. We move in, it's more dogs at this apartment complex than the freaking kennel.
Really?
Yes, it's ridiculous. Can't hear my neighbors over the barking.
Are you going to call them and ask them about that, or
No, I just think it's funny.
you're not going to
Like,
call and ask? I
The
mean,
lease is so exaggerated. They're just like, no dogs, no dogs.
so it's specific to your apartment, I
It's
guess.
just specific to me, I think. I don't know.
Okay. I get maybe they're trying
Like
to
they
like
rewrote the lease
slowly.
with me in mind.
Maybe they're like slowly as people leave, like they'll just keep doing that.
It's
for
got to
everybody.
be that, yeah. But there is no dog smell at all in this apartment. So either they did a good job of cleaning it up or they've been enforcing that.
Or you lost a sense of smell.
It could be that.
That could be.
That usually happens. We see that with smokers, like if like a heavy smoker. When
Yeah,
you see
it's
them,
gonna.
they smell, right? And you're like,
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
smell
Ugh.
cigarettes, and they're like, "Wait."
The only thing I smoke is fools on the b-ball court, Sandman.
Yeah, and you can't jump, so I know you're not on the ball court.
And crack. Yeah. So
He thinks he's actually playing the game when he watches. Sorry, guys. Don't get excited. He's not very athletic.
I wouldn't even know how to watch it.
You're so non-athletic that you don't even know how to watch sport.
I really don't even know
He
how to
would be
watch
street
sports.
preaching at the ball game with right next to Timmy Tears.
That's wrong. You're wrong for that.
That is funny. What is Cesowl saying here? Did you clip Daniel and Sandman making up? Well, we didn't really make up. We're just okay.
You guys are Team Orthodox. What the heck?
Right. It was never an issue. I think it was more Daniel than me, I think, obviously.
I think that's usually how arguments go.
That's, you know what I mean? So it's like, for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm kind of convinced that he was wrong and I was right.
Carp hasn't won an argument since he's been married, so, you know.
Look, I'll tell you what I heard an old timer say one time, Azzo. He said, well, me and my wife been married 50 years, and when we first got married, we had an agreement. I make all the big decisions, and she makes all the little decisions. And he said, wouldn't you know it, 50 years, we ain't had a big decision.
That's good. That's a good one.
Maybe I should make an agreement with Soot. No, he's too sweet.
Yeah, you got to.
Don't push it, Dio.
You with somebody?
Pancakes in Sweden land over there.
Deviant, you found someone?
Yeah.
Don't sound shocked.
I'm
it's
engaged.
An animal. It's a human.
No, because I heard you say like you're not even interested in that, like at some point. But okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm. So, Soot and I have been together for a year. We got engaged in November. And are getting married this summer. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And then they're becoming Orthodox.
That's my next question. Are you becoming Orthodox after that?
I don't know. I have to check my calendar.
Okay.
Old calendar or new? Because I heard that's an issue.
Old calendar or new?
Make sure it's the old calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen, Sandman, believe it or
Can
not.
you sit down or do you have to stand up?
You know how we say, the first 1,000 years, every debate you'll hear everyone always talk about, well, that was never believed in the first 1,000 years. That was never practiced in the first 1,000 years. That was never, never an issue in the first 1,000 years or whatever. They always relate it back to the first 1,000 years. And the calendar.
So just skip
thing,
the
right?
first 1,000 years.
Those were the good old years, if you ask me.
Yeah, those exactly.
Yeah, they were so drunk they can't remember the first 1,000.
I think we should scratch them.
Scratch them?
Yeah, I mean...
What's 1,000 years for
Exactly.
1,000 years. Scratch 1,000 years.
I mean, what's 1,000 years compared to eternity, people? Come on.
There you go. Hazel's got the answers.
I'm a wise atheist.
Oh, speaking of anniversaries, me and Tammy just had our 14th.
Oh, congratulations.
Did you have to remind her?
We old. Actually, I'm old. She still looks the same.
Yeah. You guys have a big age gap?
But if you think you look old now...
I was thinking about leaving her. I was thinking about...
If you think you look old now, what were you
I was thinking about leaving her and
married?
just... Time to call it quits, Cesowl. You know what I mean? 14 years is a good enough run. She said... When me and her talked, she said she was thinking about just trading you in on 2 20-year-olds. I said, you really don't want to do that. Been how long?
Maybe I want a 25-year-old and a 15-year-old, so at least you can train the 15-year-old and then have hopes that.
You know how you order like women flowers? Like, a guy comes to the door. Hey, are you Tammy? These are for you. So for our anniversary, I opened the door. They were like, "Are you Christian Pike?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "This paperwork's for you."
That's horrible.
And you survived 14 years. That's amazing.
Well, mostly hiding,
And there's been no big decisions, so things have been working out.
No big decisions.
I mean, you have 25 kids, but...
Yeah, but
don't tell Tammy that she's leaving.
Not till I come home.
They're like rabbits down there in Georgia.
Look, it's so expensive to go through a drive-thru when you have a bunch of kids. Like, when you're a kid, you go through Taco Bell and spend $9, but the days of $9 are over. Like, if we just go through a drive-thru, it's like $60 now. It's retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Things are just 35% more expensive. Rents.
My kids are bougie too. They want the lobster.
Oh.
In the drive-thru.
And tell them to the creek and look for crawdads. That's the only lobster you're getting, kids.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Crawfish etouffee is like my favorite dish.
Ew. I can't.
You don't like crawfish etouffee?
No.
I don't that's the reason you don't believe in God right there.
Exactly. I ain't sucking nobody's head and thinking it's good. Ew.
I love crawfish.
That's why she's about to get converted.
Yeah, the orthodoxy, remember? She's over there in Sweden. Sandman beat you to it.
Hey, that's still Christianity. I'll take it.
Not according to the Catholics. No, I'm kidding.
Pike, talk about blowing back their chicken strip stuff.
Who's chicken what? The what now?
They're like chicken nuggets. They bung them back.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't eating no chicken nugget at Taco Bell. That sounds sacrilegious.
No, they were founded on nuggets. What do you think they were? Mexican food or something?
That's a strange idea. Chicken nuggets at Taco Bell.
Hey, hot dogs are coming next week. Get ready.
Dude, I got Varsity. I know you probably don't know what the Varsity is, but it's like what fast food was in the 1950s. Like, you go through there, you get like a frosted shake thing, you get chili cheese dogs, chili cheese hamburgers, onion rings. There's like no black people allowed. No, I'm just kidding.
He's kind of kidding. Yeah, back in my day, we went to Just Right. Got their version of the McDonald's, and they were like $1. Of course, that was a lot of money back then.
Well,
combos are so high now; it's so
so
ridiculous. I went through Whataburger. Like, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but I went through Whataburger and I was like, look, all I want is a double cheeseburger and a Sprite. I don't even want the combo. Keep the fries. They were like, that's $15. I was like, for a sandwich and a Sprite though? $15?
And then at
You're
that
thinking about
moment, you
eating at
realize you
home?
sound like your grandfather, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, back in my day.
Back in my days, we
Walking
used to
school
do
uphill through the
gross.
snow both directions.
Both ways.
Damn kids today got it easy.
We used to break our arm, then break our other arm.
And rubbed dirt on and walked it off. That's the way it was
I like
back
that
then.
one scene on this. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Sopranos when you were younger, but they had that one scene where Christopher was acting stupid and